Hello everybody, this is Kurai Wolf. Welcome to my first episode of 5-Minute Frames, where I try to give you a lowdown on various Warframes within 5 minutes. Today's episode is of Gauss. First off, his stats. Armor of 150, Energy 150, Health 100, Shield 150, Sprint 1.4. His 4 abilities are Mach Rush, Kinetic Plating, Thermal Sunder, and Redline. You can find Gauss and Sedna in the Kelpie node, which is a disruption mission. Each of his parts has, I believe, about a 10% chance of dropping. Now, first to show off Mach Rush. It allows you to dash forward at extreme speeds. You tap it to do a dash. You can press and hold it to sprint pretty much indefinitely, or at least as long as you have energy. You can also dash across water. Pretty cool, isn't it? The second ability is Kinetic Plating. This will give you damage reduction depending upon how full your battery meter is. You can see that on the right above my ammo counter. Now, battery meter, the more full it is, like I said, the less damage you take. Now, as of currently, without any ability strength increase in mods, it has about 5% energy conversion. That means about 5% damage that you absorb, it's converted to energy. So this is very handy. You also are immune to knockdown when you are in kinetic plating. His third ability, Thermal Sunder. You tap 3 to fire off a ice wave that does ice damage to enemies. Okay, and it charges your battery. Press and hold 3 to fire off a heat wave instead. Does heat damage, sets enemies on fire, of course, and it drains part of your battery to do that. I also think it has a little bit more range. Now, aside from that, you're probably thinking, anything special about this? Well, if an enemy has, say, the opposite kind of damage, if they're, say, on fire and you hit them with cold damage, it automatically knocks them over with blast damage, and then it inflicts the status effect of the version of the ability you just cast. So cast cold, they get cold damage, or cold status. Cast fire, they get set on fire. It's that simple. So, combined damage. Also, when an enemy is currently affected by ice, you can actually freeze them solid, I believe, by casting the Ice Thermal Sunder. Pretty handy. Now, Redline. What this does is it allows you to push your battery meter above the 80% maximum you normally have, which is very handy. It also increases fire rate. So it increases your fire rate and melee attack speed, holster speed, and I can't remember what else here. Either way, it's quite handy. It also cuts the cost of Mach Rush in half, allowing you to sprint for a lot longer than you normally would. Also, certain parts of Gauss actually open up when you activate Redline. Like parts on his helmet, as you can see, and other parts on his body. They splay open. Pretty cool, isn't it? So, you also have these bolts of electricity that fire off you. They can do damage upon impacting the target. I believe they explode. So pretty handy. Now, if you're wondering what's the point of the battery, what's the point aside from using it on Thermal Sunder? Well, the more for each percent of battery meter, you gain that percent extra of shield recharge speed, and I believe a shorter shield recharge delay. This is pretty handy. So that means 80% normally at the regular baseline maximum, and when you hit Redline, it pushes up to 100%, of course. Now, Gauss, his passive is, of course, his battery, like I said. And you can normally charge it just by walking or running. And I believe a most recent update added the ability to charge your battery by reviving alloys. So pretty handy. Now, Gauss is beautiful. And looks like we have something to kill. Yes, you can knock over enemies. And in addition to that, when you slam into a solid surface, you cause a massive shockwave. Yeah. Woo! Be careful, though, or else you're going to sink yourself like I just did. Well, that was Gauss. See you guys next time.